Hey, what's up, y'all? Tonight in boxing, we got Lucian Bute, however you say his name. Some people call him Lucian Booty. He's fighting Carl Froch tonight. And I'm kind of excited about this fight considering, what all been going on with the whole PED situation. Like they had Lamont Peterson and um, Andre Berto. Both of them ended up getting caught with, stuff they wasn't supposed to have in the system. And that that just made me be like, damn, 'cause I've been looking for some good fights, that was gonna keep me entertained until Pacquiao fight Bradley, and the only other one besides that was, Khan and Peterson. Should have been last week, but it wasn't. No, not last week, but was it last week? The 19th, whatever weekend that was. And then they were supposed to have um, Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz. And, I just lost a lot of respect for Peterson and Berto because of what they did. Because, it's just despicable. It's almost as bad as Ortiz's headbutt. But it's not as bad as the other boxer that got mad. I think it was at the ref. And ended up murdering him or something. Forgot who that was. But anyway, tonight, Lucian Bute, Carl Froch. And I ain't really a fan of either one of them. But I do dislike Bute more than Froch. But tonight, it's gonna be kind of interesting for those who's interested in the fight because a lot of people think that Bute, whatever his name is, they think he is overrated. And Froch he's a pretty good fighter. He does have some power in his hands, but he's not really too fast with him. He is pretty good at cutting off the ring, from what I have seen of him. And this Lucian guy, I ain't seen him fight before, but to be where he's at, he has to have, some type of skill, or he's been fighting bums, collecting vacant belts. But tonight, we're gonna find out if he's overrated, like many people say, or if in fact he's actually pretty good against one of the guys who I consider, one of the top contenders in that division. And if Froch happens to win, I'd like to see him in a rematch with Andre Dirrell, since they had that controversial match back in the Super Six. I'm kind of mad about the way that went down. Yeah, it might have had a little bit to do with the fact that it was Froch's home crowd, and some people say Dirrell didn't do enough, which is why they gave Froch the victory. See, that's one thing that does annoy me about some people who talk about why one fighter won, one fighter didn't. That's because scoring around is based on four things. And I've mentioned those four things before in past videos, and if you're interested, go back and look at them. But based on those four things, Dirrell, I felt won. But I do think it's kind of suspicious that they never released the punch stats for that fight, though. That does bring some suspicion to my mind. But, hopefully, if Froch wins tonight, that's a fight that could be made. Dirrell Froch Part 2. And, after this fight, I don't think there is another interesting fight until 2 weeks from now when Pacquiao faces off with Bradley. And I'm interested in that fight. I know it's gonna be an exciting fight. I know it's gonna be a fight where, those casual boxing fans looking for a brawl versus boxing 101. That's a fight they're gonna be excited about. And I'm interested to see whose head between Pacquiao and Bradley is going to prevail. Because both of them got big heads. And both of them have, had their fair share of headbutts, whether it be accidental or on purpose. I don't think either one of them has done it on purpose, despite what some people might say. Pacquiao, that's something that's a given in Southpaw versus Orthodox fighter. There's going to be times where, they accidentally step on each other's foot, or, because of the weird positioning, that their jab hands, their outside hands and feet are right next to each other. And headbutts occurring is something that's what's the word? Common. Something that's common. So I'm wondering, because of that, and because of things that have happened with both of them, Pacquiao in some of his fights where he accidentally clashed heads with Marquez, ended up being cut open. Happened again in his last fight with Marquez, and Bradley, some of his opponents been hurt by his head. So I'm wondering, if one of them or they both clash heads, who's going to come back more groggy? Who's going to capitalize off it? I mean, that would be a funny way for the fight to end. They knock heads and, both get groggy. One of them lands a punch, the other goes down, and due to the headbutt damage, can't get back up. That would be funny to me to see. What wouldn't be funny is if, the fight is stopped early because of the accidental headbutt. Like if it's stopped in the first 3 rounds because of it, because then it's going to be like no contest. But I'm interested to see what Bradley is going to do. I'm very interested because he said he's going to move around the box, but now they're talking about standing toe to toe. And I want to see exactly what he'll do. I don't see him knocking out Pacquiao. That's not going to be possible. Cause Bradley, he looks solid, but it's all for show. He don't really seem to got that punching power. That one shot punching power. It seems like he finna have to break a person down, before he's able to get a KO on him. And, I ain't really seen in his fights where, he hit someone and they was like super wobbled. But, that's just some of the thoughts on my mind this morning. So I'm getting ready for the day. So, hope y'all have a good day. Take it easy. I'll keep staying tuned to my videos. If you ain't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so if you like boxing. I'm out.